Okay, we're going to start out by talking about the parts of our foot. Different parts to our foot and different times we use them. So what we're going to do is call out the parts of the foot. Children are going to follow along, touching the part of the foot. Parents are encouraged too to stand in line, touch their foot, or help their child find that part of their foot. We're going to start with the inside. So the inside of our foot is going to be right here. We want kids to touch the inside, mainly up in this area here. Next, we have the outside of our foot. We're going to touch the outside. Next, we have our laces, which is going to be up here, up on the top side. Next, we have our toe. We have our bottom, our sole, and our heel. So we're going to have the kids follow along. As we call something out, we're going to have them feel it, touch it. And then we're going to play a game of Simon Says, which is going to be called Coach Says. So you're going to say, Coach says, touch the inside. All the kids should reach down, touch the inside. Coach says, touch our heel. Reach down, touch our heel. And so on and so forth. Now we're going to work on toe touches. Really great basic drill. Professional players still do this every day, just getting used to using their feet, getting warmed up. It's called a toe touch. Every child's going to need a soccer ball. And we're going to work on taking our foot and putting our toe and the bottom of the foot on top of the ball. Just getting the kids used to touching the ball. You can start out really slow, just like this. One foot up, other back, and touch. Remember, we always want to start with that athletic stance. So knees bent, feet shoulder width apart, little lean forward. Touch, and we're just going to touch back and forth. Coach is just going to instruct these kids. I just want you to touch. As they get more comfortable, we can go faster and faster. We start out having one foot on the ground. Then as they get faster and faster, they can add in some jumping. I'll do that again from the side so you can see. So we're standing still, athletic stance, foot on top, top. If we go faster, like that. Advanced level, they can get to the point where we're doing toe touches and moving. So it looks like this. It's working on controlling the ball. Now we're going to work on some basic dribbling. So we've done our toe touches. We learned about the parts of our foot. We're going to encourage the kids. We're going to use the inside of our foot when we start out dribbling. We also want to encourage to use both feet. We don't want the left foot to get jealous because the right foot's getting the kick all the time. Really make sure we're trying to alternate feet. Last thing, we try to take little touches. Explain that if I take a big dribble, put the ball way out here, someone can come and get it from me. I want that ball to try to stay close to my feet or no one can take it. So with dribbling, we're going to start with the ball, athletic stance as always. Kids are just going to come up and give the ball a nice little push with the inside of their foot. Back and forth. We can start out really slow like this. Get the kids used to moving around. It's okay, you can pick any space, have them do this. You can pick a line, so we could say we're going to start here, we're going to go to the end of the circle, and we're going to dribble back and forth. Staying athletic, using the insides of our feet. As they get better, as they progress, we can go faster and faster dribbles. Once again, always trying to control the ball. What we don't want to see is this. We kick it out, and then we use the same foot again. We want to try to use both feet. As they get more advanced, you can encourage to use the outsides of the feet too. So this part of the foot, that would look like this. Push it out, push out, as opposed to in and in. Now we're going to talk about passing. When explaining passing to kids, we want to say, we can't always have the soccer ball. People are going to try to take it from us. We got to use our teammates. We want our teammates to score as well. So when we pass, we're going to use two main words. We're going to start with step and kick. So as always, anything we do, we want to start in athletic stance. So in my athletic stance, I'm ready to go. I'm right-footed. I'm going to take a small step with my left foot, trying to keep my shoulders square. Nice, good step. I don't want to step way out here. I don't want to step too close to the soccer ball where I can't kick it. I don't want to step too far away where I can't kick it. Nice, little good step. Now, we step, and then we kick. And when we pass, we're trying to teach we pass with our laces in the inside of our feet. We want to start there. Once again, we start here. Athletic, step, pass. Just like that. And we're going to have the kids partner up with their parent or with a partner and just work on passing back and forth. Okay, we talked about passing and how to send the ball. What do we do when it comes back? So we're talking about receiving passes. So this time, when the parents pass the ball back to the child, we want them to be ready. As always, athletic stance. Got our feet nice, a little bit angled open. We don't want them this way. We don't want them too close. We want to be ready to receive the ball. When the ball comes in, we want the kids, we're going to start out with trapping it on the top. So like this. Stop and control the ball. Then we get ready, step, kick, pass it back. Once again, it looks just like this. Ball's coming in. I'm going to stop and control it. If we can, they get a little more advanced. When the ball's coming in, we can do a couple touches. We just want to make sure we secure it. What we don't want to see is this. We don't want the ball rolling in, going through our legs. Also don't want the ball to get out of our control. Encourage nice soft passes at the start. Once again, if that ball's coming in, we're going to come in and stop it. If the kids are struggling trying to get the timing down for that, they can just stop it at their feet. But we want to try to get a nice little stop, get ready, athletic, step, and kick. Now we're talking about shooting. When we're shooting, same basic principles as passing. We're going to be athletic, we're going to step and kick. We're using the same part of our feet, trying to use the laces. One thing with shooting, we want to try to teach the kids to try to get kind of on the bottom of the ball here. There's a little magic spot I like to explain right down here that we're trying to kick. That way the ball does get some air and more power. If we kick the top, it's just going to stay on the ground, not much power. If we kick too much ground, it's not going to go anywhere. Kick it right in the middle, that's okay. But we want to try to teach them right down in here. So, with shooting, we have a goal. We have 2 cones. Don't always have to have a goal. We can use 2 cones, 2 objects, 2 backpacks, 2 water bottles, anything. What we're going to do is we're going to set up a goal and 2 cones. We're going to make lines. So we have a line of kids at our orange cone, where our soccer ball is, and a line of kids at our yellow cone, right here. One at a time, they're going to come up, and we're just going to take a nice shot on goal. One thing to work on, shoulders square to our target. My goal is there, so I'm pointing this way. I don't want to point this way, that looks silly. I want to put this way. It's okay to be silly and tell the kids that. Like, do you think I want to kick looking this way? No, they're going to explain. So we're going to come up, same exact thing as passing. We're going to step and kick and make sure we follow through. Nice hard kick. We're going to let the kids kick, go get their ball, go to the next cone. And we're going to set up 3, 4, maybe even 5 goals. Let the kids really practice kicking and shooting a lot. We want to keep the kids moving, keep them engaged. Now, we played red light, green light week 1 just to warm up and also about our athletic stance. Now we're going to use it with dribbling. So when we dribble, we always want control of the ball. Like I mentioned before, we do not want the ball way out here because then someone can take it from us. So what we're going to do now, we're going to play some red light, green light. I'm going to start at this line over here. And I'm trying to get to the other side of the circle over there. Have all the kids line up with their soccer ball. Explain we're going to start slow like a snail at first. What we're going to do, this coach is going to say, ready? Green light, we're going to dribble. We're using both feet, insides of our feet. We hear red light. We stop, put our foot on the ball. Nice and controlled, still athletic. Coach says, green light, we dribble. Red light, stop. Green light, and we go to the line. Now we can go back the other way. This time, if the kids have done that, I would do it, 4 or 5 times. Try to increase the speed as we go. Another variation, you can add in yellow light for toe touches. So green light will be dribble. Red light, yellow light, green light, yellow light, red light, green light. All right, now we're going to do a coach knockout. This is working on dribbling, kids keeping their heads up, watching out, looking for defenders. So Carson's going to be a parent or a coach. I'm going to be one of the kids dribbling around. I'm going to dribble around. We're going to set a defined area. So I'm just going to stay in this circle for the video. Real situation, you could use cones, make a big square, use the lines on the field, set an area they need to stay in. We do need to learn about boundaries and what that means. So I'm going to stay inside the circle. I'm going to say go. Carson's going to try to come and take my ball. I'm going to try to stay away from him. If he gets it, he's going to kick it out of the zone. If he does, I'm going to go get it. And I got to do 5 frog jumps before I can get back in. So I went and grabbed my ball. I'm going to do my frog jumps. I'm back in. He's going to do the same thing. If he gets it, clears it out. Oh, I got to go get it and try to come back in. Once again, working on keeping their head up, dribbling around, avoiding defenders. If the kids get really used to it, they can start being the defenders. Parents, coaches can start out being really easy with it, start getting harder and harder as they get better. Now we're going to play our tunnel game. I don't have parents with me here today, so our cones are going to represent a parent's legs. Typically, we have all the parents, coaches spread out about the field and just stand like this. Feet nice, shoulder width, maybe a little wider apart. Spread out all over the field. Now, what we're going to do is each child's going to have their soccer ball. When coach says go, children will dribble around, all around the area. When coach says pass, we're going to try to pass it through a parent's legs. So once again, imagine this is a parent standing here, legs like this. So coach is going to say, dribble, pass. I need to stop, step and kick, try to pass through legs. Kids go get their ball. Coach says, dribble. Once everybody has their ball, we're going to try to do this again. Pass, step, pass, through the legs. Keep going back and forth, dribble, pass. Once that happens, kids go get their ball. We keep going. You can make it harder. Parents can put their legs closer together. We can make the kids use a bigger area. I would start out with a small area. We can make sure the kids are going insides of the feet, using both feet. Make it harder. We could go outsides. We could go inside, outside. Little variations to challenge each kid. Now we're going to do a quick dribbling, passing relay race. So we'd set up lines, divide our team into 3, 4, 2 groups, depending on your numbers. About 3 or 4 kids per group. What we're going to do is kids are simply going to make a line right here. There's going to be no players at that line, at that cone. Make a line behind this cone. Only the first player needs a soccer ball. Coach says go. The first player in each line is going to dribble out and around the cone. So we're working on our turning. Once they get around the cone, we step and pass to the next player in line. Next player in line would be waiting down here at the cone. They get the soccer ball. They dribble down around the cone, working on our turns, nice close to the cone, and give a pass to the next player. We keep going until each player has gone. We can turn this into a race. So to start out, we could just keep going continuously. Then we're going to do it a race. So coach says go. Once each kid's gone once, we stop, see which team won. See how quick we could time the teams. Let's see how long it takes the whole team to get through. Little things like that to make it fun, keep all the kids engaged, make it a game, work on cheering. One more modification you can do. We can use our little cones here to make this pass even harder. So I'm going to remove this cone. We're going to say that our pass has to go through these cones. So we go, dribble. The next player in line would be waiting in between those cones. And my pass has to go between. If it doesn't, so that one didn't make it, I got to go get it and make sure that it does. Go through the cones to the next player. Okay, this is a fun game. Kids really like seeing things, like the physicality of things, knocking down, falling down. Really helps them with in their brain of understanding what they're doing. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a line of either cones like these ones, or our circular cones with a ball on top. Perfect for that. We're going to make a line. I have both here just for demonstration on a line. Now I'm going to have my team. I'm going to pick another line. So I'm going to use a circle. I could go farther back, use some cones, pick another line. For demonstration, I'm going to use that line. What we're going to do, when coach says go, players are going to work on their shooting. They're going to be athletic, step, and pass, and try to hit a cone or a ball. Once they miss, they go get their ball, come on back to the line. Really important that we only shoot from our shooting line. So we're going to be athletic, step, kick, try to knock off the balls. Oh, I did it. If a ball gets knocked off, we can use that ball now. Gives us some more firepower. Now we're trying to knock down everything. We'll try to get a cone. I hit it. We'll count that. Another one. Knock that over. Kids are going to keep playing until everything's knocked down. Couple modifications you can do. Obviously make it farther. or shorter, depending on your player's skill level. Next, we could have the team see how many things they can knock over in 30 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute. See how long. We could see how long it takes them to knock over everything. So wait till everything's knocked over. That was 45 seconds. Okay, guys, you think we can do it in 30? And challenge them to try to beat their time. You could also have a team on this side and a team on this side competing to see who knocks down the most. You can give point values. However, we can turn it into a game to keep it fun for the kids. It's what we want to try to do. Now we're going to talk about shooting from different angles. So I set up a goal here with our 2 purple cones. So again, you can use cones, you can use goals, whatever you have, water bottles, backpacks, anything. I'm going to set up some cones around in a circle so you can see our small cones. The point of this drill is to teach, when we shoot from a different angle, trying to keep our shoulders square to the target, and we're going to kick it a little differently. So here, I'm going to come up to this ball with my shoulders square to the goal. I'm going to come up, I'm going to be athletic first. I'm going to come up and step and kick, and that shot went in. Next cone, my shoulders are a little more turned. They're this way. Same thing, step, kick. This one, I'm straight on. So my shoulders are going to be straight on. I'm going to come up, step, kick, right through. Same thing here. Turn, face. Last one, we're going to turn this way. Face. Teaching the kids that if I'm all the way out here, I don't want to have my shoulders turned this way, and I don't want them to be exactly straight on. I want them nice towards the goal. And kick. Okay, this is our passing squares game. What this is working on is touch passing. If someone's standing right where that yellow cone is, I don't want to kick it as hard as I can to them. Obviously, as adults, we know that doesn't make sense. For the kids, we want to try to show them a reason why. So what we're going to do is set up squares. I've set up one square, about 5 by 5, 3 by 3. The smaller, the harder, obviously. Bigger, make it a little easier. The goal is kids will pass the ball, try to get it to stop inside this square. So trying to show that if we have a partner right here, we're trying to get the pass to them. We don't want it to roll all the way down there, and we also don't want it to roll short. So I've set up 2 lines, one right here at this cone, one right here at this cone. We could have multiple squares, varying distances. So we could have a square here, a square closer, a square farther, spread all around, as many squares as we want. So the kids are going to go just like this. Remember, athletic, step, and pass. We're going to try to get the ball to stop in the square. If it does, just out, that's okay. How we can explain it to the kids is that it's lava past the cones. We want to try to keep the soccer ball on the field, not to the lava. Try it again. Step, pass. Oh, that one's a little wide. Once again, step, pass. Try to get it to stop within the square. This is our obstacle passing drill. What we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 lines. We can make the lines with cones. We can use the lines that are already here. I kind of did both. So this is going to be one of my lines where this cone is on this round line. Same thing over here with the yellow cone on this white line. In between, we're going to sprinkle all kinds of obstacles. Cones, all different sizes. We can put extra jerseys, water bottles of the kids, extra soccer balls, anything out there. Parents, if they want to stand in the way. What we're going to do, we're going to try to pass our soccer ball across to the other cone without hitting the obstacles. So right now, I can't really do it because I'm going to hit that purple cone. So I'm going to come over somewhere where I can and try to make a good pass to the next player over there without hitting anything. So we got to the next player. They would go get the ball. The ball would be at them. And they're going to try to pass it to somebody else on the other side. Same thing. Try not to hit a cone. This time, let's try to go right here. Get to the other side without hitting anything. Got it through. So working on trying to find if a defender's there, I'm going to try to pass it around and really controlling our passing. It's a fun way to do it. We can start out maybe 10 lives. Give the group 10 lives. Every time we hit something, we lose a life. And we play that way. You can say 10 points. We lose points. However you want to do it, it's a great way to turn it into a game, keep it fun, keep them engaged. This is our treasure hunt game. This is a really, really fun one. We can use a much larger area than I'm using here for demonstration. But what we're going to do is we're going to create treasure chests. So we're going to use the cones, create little squares, about 2 foot by 2 foot. I've created 3. In our treasure chest, we got to put treasure. Our treasure is going to be these cones. You can lay them down, just put them in there. We can also use pennies, use blocks. We can use anything else that aren't cones or balls. Put them in there. Now what we're going to do, this is our boat. You can see this is a much larger rectangle. It's our boat. It's our team boat. We're the pirates. We're going to go get the treasure. To start, the kids will start right here. When coach says, get the treasure, we're going to start without a soccer ball. The kids are going to run. Grab a piece of treasure. Bring it back to our ship. Once again, you can have more squares, more treasure in the squares. Give the kids multiple turns to run and grab. They're all going to go around and grab it at once. Next, after they've done that, they understand what we're doing. This time, we're going to add in the soccer ball. So, when coach says, get the treasure, I'm going to dribble. And I'm going to go. And I'm going to grab a piece of my treasure. Controlling my soccer ball. Now, good way to work on not using our hands. We're going to dribble back into our boat. And we're going to put our treasure on our boat. And we're going to go back out into the sea and grab more treasure. Really great way to work on controlling the ball, not letting it get in the way. And it's a fun game as well. The game can end when all the treasure is picked up. You can time the kids. See how long it takes them to get every piece of treasure. You can add more, add less. You can do teams. Have one group go, have the next group go. See who does it fastest. Really fun game, not just to work on dribbling, but just to play in general. This is a nice quick drill to work on shooting on the move. I want to explain to players, we don't always get to just stop and shoot in soccer. A lot of the time, we're running. We're on the move. We have the soccer ball at our feet. So what we're going to do is we have our goal represented by the cones. Just going to use cones, goals, anything. And I have 2 cones. I have an orange one out here as our starting point. Yellow one here as my shooting point. What that means, when coach says go, kids are going to dribble up. When they get to the yellow cone, they shoot. We want to see them continue to move. We don't want to see a lot of stoppage. Once again, coach says go, I'm going to dribble. Step, shoot. Put it in. You can have multiple lines, 3, 4, 5 lines, multiple goals made with cones, using actual goals. Really trying to work on dribble to shoot. You can also make this distance different from our starting cone to our dribbling cone, to our shooting cone. You could have the dribbling cone start here and our shooting cone there. This time, when I come up, I either might have to turn or I need to square my shoulders correctly. Say that cone is here and I'm starting here. I'm going to dribble up. Shoulders are right with the goal. Remember, we angle, step, and shoot as I'm moving to that goal. Once again, you can do this as a game. See how many the kids can make out of 3. Maybe separate the lines up as teams. See which team can make the most shots. Make it fun, make it a game, keep the kids engaged. Okay, this game is a lot of fun. One of my favorite ones to do with this age group. I like to call it Hungry Hungry Hippos. How it's going to work, we're going to have 4 goals spread out. 3, 2, depending on team size. I prefer 4. Gives kids more time, more times through the line. We're going to have goals. So we have a goal here. We have a goal there. We would have a goal here and a goal there as well. These would also be spread out. I got them right here for demonstration. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put all the soccer balls in the middle. So everybody brings their ball each week. They all go here. We're going to grab the extra balls as well. Put them right here. Each line, each group is going to start next to their goal. Coach is going to yell, "Hungry, hungry hippos." When that happens, kids are going to run up. They're going to grab a soccer ball. They're going to come back and put it in their goal. Once that happens, the next player in line is going to go. Run and grab a ball. Come back, put it in the goal. And that's going to keep happening. Now there's going to be a team coming from here, team from there, team from there. Everybody's going to be running. Grab a ball. Get it in our goal. The drill stops when all the balls are gone. We count up who has the most soccer balls in their goal. Everybody can go multiple times. This is really encouraging them to run fast, get the ball, dribble fast. Also with shooting. If I run, remember we would have this in a much bigger space if it wasn't for video. If I'm shooting from here, I have much more chance to miss. Whereas if I dribble a little closer, I know I'm not going to miss it. I have a less chance. So working on that as well. Do I take that risk of shooting from all the way back here? Or do I scoot up? Might be a little faster to shoot from back there, but I got more chance to make it. Also, the ball has to go in the goal. If I miss, I got to come over here, get my ball, put it in the goal. Balls have to end up in there. Once again, you go until all the balls are gone, see which team won, have them help count. Good counting practice. Or you can do it time-based. Say, okay, let's see how many soccer balls we can do as a group in 30 seconds. Whatever we need to do to keep all the kids moving, keep them engaged. All right, this is a really fun one the kids are going to like. Parents involved, coaches involved. Set a defined area. For demonstration, which is going to be our center circle here. Carson's going to be our parent. Here's what's going to happen. All the kids are going to have a ball. Coach says, go. They're going to dribble around. They're going to try to hit the parents with the ball. That's why the kids love this one. I'm going to try to get ready, and I'm going to try to hit him. He's not going to let it hit him. If he does hit him, we want him to exaggerate it. So this time, if it hits him, he can act like, oh, and fall down, act super silly, and he's out. He can take a knee, stand to the side, and we're going to keep going until we get all the parents out of the game. They're trying to avoid the ball. Kids are trying to kick it at them and hit them with it. So, great game. Work on dribbling, passing, shooting. Always constant movement, constant action. You can make it easier or harder just by with the parents and the coaches. If they slow down and let it hit them, they're only moving like this, super easy. Whereas they move around and really juke and dodge, makes it a lot harder. But it's a really fun game. Kids really love it. This is our dribbling gates drill. One of my favorite drills, super simple to set up, but you get a lot out of it. What we're going to do is be working on our dribbling. A couple of things this drill does. Works on our ball control, works on turning, works on keeping our head up. We're all going to be, when I say all, I mean my team, we're all going to be dribbling. You can have as many gates as you want to put out. Set a confined space, though, so the kids don't go super far away. We want to make sure that there is enough space for them to actually do the drill. But we set up gates. When I say gates, I mean a pair of 2 cones. So this would be a gate. We have a gate there, a gate there, gate there, and gate there. What we're going to do, when coach says go, kids are going to dribble through as many gates as possible. So I dribbled through that gate. Ooh, let's try to go through this gate. I'm going to go through that gate next. Encourage them to try to speed up if they can, using the insides, outsides, whichever is the biggest challenge. Now I'm going to go with this gate. And we keep dribbling until coach says stop. And we control the ball. The kids really have to work on keeping their eyes up, not running into other players. If there's other people doing this, I got to be careful when I come around this gate and look up to see if I can go that way, or if I have to go back there. Another thing that we want to work on is setting a goal and achieving. So we can have the parents or the players count how many gates they go through. Say we're going to go for 30 seconds, have them count. Say they get through 10 gates. Okay, set a goal. Say next time, I want you to try to get through 12. Now at the end of the next time, ask how many they got. Did they meet that goal? If so, cheer them on. Say congrats. That's what we want to try to instill. If something's hard, we work on it, we get better, and we can achieve a result, a goal. Last thing, a quick rule you can add. You can make the gates smaller, obviously, or wider, depending on skill level. If a kid is really advanced, you can make them go through the gates backwards. They got to bring the ball this way, drag it through with them. Make them use outsides when they're dribbling. Whichever way you want to do it to make it difficult for each kid. Another rule you can add is you can't go through this same gate twice. What that looks like, if I'm dribbling through here, I can't simply turn around and go right back through the same one and keep counting this. I went through this gate, now I got to pick a different one to go through. This is a great drill. Really makes the kids work on their ball control, keeping their eyes up, and their dribbling. All right, this time we'll work on passing on the move. This is something that's going to be hard at first for the kids, but rarely in soccer are we standing still, passing it to someone standing still. We're always moving, right? So we want to demonstrate first what we're working on. So if Carson's moving, he's right here. If he starts moving and I pass it to where he's at, it's going to miss him. I need to pass it in front of him so he can run to it and meet it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to create pairs of 2. It can be parent, player. It can be player, player, whatever we want to work on. Coach is going to say, go. We're going to pass and just run and pass back and forth. out in front. All right, this drill, we're working on shooting on the move. Coach Carson doesn't have the soccer ball. I do. What we're working on here is as the ball is rolling, so I'm going to roll the ball across, Carson's going to come up and try to meet the ball. He's going to time it. He's going to take a step and kick, finish it into the goal. This is a great one for the kids to get used to work on the timing of what this looks like in a game. So right here we'll practice. I'll say go. He starts walking. I pass, and he's going to finish it, meeting it into the goal. You can do this from all different angles, all different spots. I like passing from the side or from the top with a player coming from the side. So if I'm at the top, player will come that way, or just like we did it, side, player coming from the top. Really great to work on their timing. You have the kids run through the line, have multiple lines going. See how many shots they can make out of 3, 4, or 5. All right, this drill, we're going to work on passing and finishing with the players. So the players are going to pass it to each other to finish. The first time through the line, 2 players, 1 ball. I'm going to pass it to Carson, and he's going to finish it. Super simple. Now we just rotate lines. I'm going to go to this line. Carson's going to grab his ball and go to that line. Second time around, we're going to add in another pass. So I'm going to pass it to Carson. He's going to pass it back to me for me to finish. This works on moving after passing as well. In soccer, if we pass, the worst thing we can do is stand still. We want to move. Pass and move. So I'm going to pass to Carson. He's going to pass it back, and I'm going to finish. Really great to work. You can do it at different angles, different spots, different widths, having the kids work on the width, but really great to have them work on passing to each other to finish. All right, now we're going to play a fun game called Fetch. Here's how this works. We're going to have parents, coaches spread out across the field. Each player is going to have their soccer ball. When coach says go, I'm going to be a player right now, and I'm going to call out the instructions. Carson is going to be a parent. I'm going to call out go. We're going to dribble around. I'm going to keep dribbling around until coach says pass. So I'm going to pass to Carson. He's going to receive it. Now I'm going to get ready. He's going to say, then coach is going to say fetch. He's going to kick the ball somewhere. I got to run. Grab it. Now I'm going to keep dribbling again. One more time. We're ready. Pass. I'm ready to go. Where's he going to kick it to? Ooh, fetch. Go and get it. And keep going just like that.